The Panic of 1837 by Morgan-2nd. The second bank was the most powerful bank that there was in the country. Nicholas Beidel, at the time, was in control of the nation's money. President Jackson, though, unlike Beidel, didn't trust the banks because he had suffered financial losses and didn't want the bank to come into too much power. And much like the first bank, the second bank was operated under a charter, which was supposed to expire in 1836. Beidel wanted to renew it because he didn't want Jackson to do it and to lose votes during election year. But Jackson vetoed renewing the charter, thinking it was unconstitutional. Jackson became president. Many economic problems rose in the country during Jackson's presidency. People were beginning to think that prosperity was happening, and everybody was being charged with gold and silver instead of paper money to pay for land. But the banks were the ones who had the gold and silver, and the banks were going out of business. Inflation had started. As prices rose, the value was decreasing. Jackson thought he had done right for his country, so Martin Van Buren became President of the United States. People were getting frustrated, rushing to banks demanding paper money, but the banks couldn't even pay the government, which is why they went out of business. The country was in a depression, or the Panic of 1837. Along with the banks closing, 90% of the factories were closing too. People had no money. Farmers were okay during this time. I never would have thought that farmers would have been the lucky ones.